We want to do is figure out the axis of symmetry. The formula is x equals opposite of b over 2a. So a is -2, b is -16, and c is -30. So our formula would be x equals, if b is -16, what's the opposite of -16? +16. And that's divided by 2 times -2. So that's 16 divided by -4. Go ahead and see what you get. Not 16. 16 divided by -4. Positive or negative? -4. Good. All right, now let's find the y value of the vertex. So we're going to take that. You need to be a little careful whenever a is negative. So I'm going to write it the exact way you need to type it. Also, there is an error in the, can you add a little 2 right here? There should be a 2 next to that first x that's not there. That should be -2x². All right, so go ahead and type in -2. So I'm going to go ahead and write this out. And then very carefully, you're going to type this in and make sure you're typing it in the way you see it written. A -2 comes first, then a parentheses, then a -4, close the parentheses. The square needs to be outside. All right, what did you all get when you typed that in? +2? Anybody else get +2? I did it first period, but I forgot already. Who agrees that it's +2? All right, so that means that the vertex would be at -4, +2. Now remember, the a value determines the attitude. If a is negative, what does that mean about the graph? Is it a smile or a frown? You got a negative attitude, what are you doing? Frowning. So this graph looks like this. Okay, so because it looks like that, we have a max, not a minimum. Frowns have a max and smiles have a minimum. All right, the y-intercept, which one of these do I use? A, B, or C?
No, C, my bad.
It's C. Go ahead and write that down. This is your y-intercept. So it would be at 0, -30. All right, last thing, our domain is all real numbers. And because this is a frown, whenever it's a frown, we start with -infinity. And we're going to end at the y, which is 2. And that is it. Let's go ahead. We got 3 graphs we're going to go through pretty quickly. So in your notes, go to page 8. Okay. Somebody besides Tristan, because he answers a lot of my questions. Somebody tell me what A, B, and C would be for this question. 1, 2, and -3. So I'm going to go ahead and write that here. So your axis of symmetry would be x equals the opposite of b. So B is positive 2, so I'm going to put a negative 2. Divide that by 2 times A. All right, here you go, Aiden. So negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So negative 1, x equals negative 1. That's my axis of symmetry. I'm going to put that right here. So now let's find the y value. Take that equation, and we're going to type in y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. So I'm putting a negative 1 in both of these parentheses. So go ahead and see what you get for your y value. All right, what you all get? Negative 4. Who got negative 4? All right, most people did, so I'm going to go with it. So negative 4. All right, so that means that my vertex, we can go ahead and fill that in. We just bring those two together. So my vertex will be at negative 1, negative 4. All right, so take a moment, and I want you to repeat that. Put in positive 1, positive 0, negative 2, and negative 3 using that same equation at the top. Go ahead and find your other 4 numbers. Is this graph going to be a smile or a frown? Look at your A value. Who says smile? Who says frown? Look at the A value. So this number right here, is that number positive or negative? So if you have a positive attitude, remember A is attitude. Are you smiling or frowning? Smiling. So this is a smile. Should look like this, which means that this vertex is the minimum. I'm gonna go ahead and write that because you will be asked to circle if it's a max or a min on the test. All right, so when you put in the 1, okay, I know 0 is negative 3. Okay, so when you put in 1, what did you get? 0. All right, so let's go ahead and graph it. So I have a point at 1, 0, 0, negative 3. Okay. All right. Mackenzie, what would my solutions be? Where does it cross through the x-axis? What 2 places? I said, where does it, wait, what did you say? Did you tell me? I can't hear. I said, what are my solutions? Remember, solutions are where it crosses the X. So these two green dots, that's my solutions. So where did I put those two green dots? 1 and -3. Good. So that's my solutions. X equals -3. X equals 1. Now, because this is a smile, we're going to start with the -4. So I'm starting with -4, and it's going up to infinity. And that would be your answer. Any questions about that? I feel like we've been working through we've been doing these graphs for 5 straight days. Literally 5 solid days. How do you feel about graphing? Thumbs up, sideways, down. Where just where we at? Because that's the majority of that first test. All right, we got a couple more. Now this one is a little tricky. Okay? So the reason why this is tricky is because this is really x squared plus 0x minus 4. That's why we don't have a middle term, because whenever the middle term is 0, we skip it. So your A value is 1, your B value is 0, and your C value is -4. All right, take a moment. Axis of symmetry is x equals the opposite of B. Well, 0 is the only number in the world that does not have an opposite. So you're going to take 0 divided by 2 times 1, which is 0 divided by 2. So your axis of symmetry is at x equals 0, which means it's the y-axis. So now we're going to take that 0 and substitute it into our equation, and we can use this one. We don't need to use the second one that I wrote. And when you substitute that in, y equals 0 squared minus 4. All right, you should get -4. All right, so let's put that in the middle. All right. Is this graph a smile or a frown? Who thinks it's a smile? Who thinks it's a frown? Who doesn't know? Look at the A value. Remember, A is attitude. If that number is positive, the graph is a smile. If it's negative, it's a frown. All right, so let's go ahead and put in our other numbers. And when we type it in, these go kind of fast because it's just one number squared minus 4. So you're going to put in 2 squared minus 4, and then 1 squared minus 4, -1 squared minus 4, and -2 squared minus 4. All right, who agrees with my table? And I just do the first 2 and then I repeat them. Is that what you all do? Or do you actually do it all 4 times? You just do the first 2? Yeah. All I do. All right, let's go ahead and graph it. So we have our point at 2, 0. I'm going backwards. So 2, 0. And then 1, negative 3, 0, negative 4. Okay. And that's your graph. And again, this vertex, write that it is a minimum because it's a smile. Okay. All right, Jordan, what would you say our solutions are? Where does it cross the x-axis? 2 and what else? Yep, so x equals 2, x equals negative 2. Our domain is all real numbers. And then we're gonna, for our range, we start here and it goes up. So that means my range is negative 4 to infinity. All right, one more question and then we're done. Good work, y'all. If you were not here yesterday, I can't remember who's not here. The handout, anytime I pass out something, it'll be in that first handout when you first little hanging thingy when you walk in the door. I don't know what to call it. All right, last one. Okay, let's see here. Tanya, what do you think A, B, and C are? All right. So let's find our vertex or axis of symmetry. So we're going to start off with x equals, it's the opposite of b. So that would be a positive 6 divided by 2 times a. So go ahead and see what you get. 3. Good job. So we got 3, so that goes here. And now we're going to take that 3, so y equals, and it'll be x squared minus 6x plus 8. Go ahead and put that 3.
Keep on forgetting, in the x's, in the top, do I go down or up, like negative? Or, I mean, like do I?
It don't really matter. So if you look at the 3, we just got to pick the 2 numbers directly on the left and the 2 numbers directly on the right. So I need to have a 1, a 2, and a 4, and a 5. And it doesn't matter what order you put them in the table. As long as you have 1, 2, 4, 5 in the table, it doesn't matter. Is it negative? Oh, okay. Oh, you're giving me the answer. Okay. So you got -1. Anybody else? Rodrigo got -1. Anybody else get -1? All right. So that means my vertex is at 3, -1. All right. So now let's go ahead and fill in the rest. So you're going to put in a +1, a +2, and if you want to, you can do 4 and 5 to check, but I usually just do the 1 and the 2 because I know that these 2 numbers are the same and these 2 numbers are the same. It's a pattern. Noosta, did you get an answer for this first point at the top for the 1? Do you need a calculator? Yeah. Okay, make sure you grab one when you walk in. We got a lot of extras. All right, anybody want to volunteer the answer for the first spot?
Is it 3?
I think it's 3. 1 minus 6 is -5. -5 plus 8. Yep, so 3. All right, so let's go ahead and graph it. All right. Jeffrey, what are the solutions for this graph? You need to, I can move you on Monday so you can see. Somebody else want to tell me what you got for your solutions? 2 and 4. So your domain is all real numbers. Your range, the lowest y value is 2, and it's going up to infinity. And that would be your answer. Okay, so I want to talk about homework 2, just the back of it. So can everybody take out homework 2 and flip it over? Just a reminder that it is due, homework 2 is due next week on Wednesday.